Is Barry Silbert for real? So, a few things about Barry Silbert and where he is and where he's going, and what's propelling him forward and what's holding him back. Is Barry Silbert for real? So, on the plus side of the ledger, and ledger is the appropriate term because he's a leader in cryptocurrency, both with digital currency group and with Grayscale. He bought blockchain when it was very low in price. I don't know if it was like, $100 or $500 or whatever, but he had the conviction and the foresight and the vision to understand the future. And I think he's an extremely innovative guy. Like when you take vision and conviction, you put it together, that's the real deal. And he's shown that, like, a lot of people might have known about Bitcoin at that price, but they didn't know. I mean, a lot of people didn't even know about it. So to know about it is an advance in itself. But to have the conviction to know what the future is and then bet big on it is like betting big on yourself. He bet big on digital currency group, because to kind of roll up a lot of the leading industry players in the crypto space, pretty much before and larger than anybody else is amazing. I mean, there's other, capital firms for crypto, but I think digital currency group in my mind is probably number one. And then Grayscale is by far number one. Like he understood about, institutional money into crypto and how to do it successfully. Like all the players that had problems with ETFs, he kind of sidestepped that and just did the institutional money a different way. So he's a genius. And then he's not resting on his laurels because now he's getting into clean Bitcoin mining. So I think Barry Silbert, is the real deal. I think a little bit sometimes. He's a marketing genius. Like when it comes down to, the funny commercials about gold, how gold is just like a lead weight, basically a gold weight. It's just like all the disadvantages of it. I think a little bit sometimes he could be broader in terms of his scope. Like I think that, like for example, like his interaction with Joe Kernan, he relies a lot on personality. Like he was kind of teasing Joe about not being into crypto, and I think that that's good to a point. But you have to convince people not just on personality, but you have to convince people basically on what your vision is and how to adopt it. Like I think he's implemented his vision, but I don't think he has really gone to the next level to really explain. Maybe he doesn't want people stealing his ideas, I get it, but you have to build a team. I mean, I don't mean an internal team, I mean an external team of people that really follow you to get mind share. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Oprah, she has incredible mind share, like from her Oprah show and her Oprah network. Like people understand what she's all about. And that's what she says, this is what I know for sure. That's what Barry Silbert has to do. He has to have like a magazine or a forum where he says, this is what I know for sure. And basically lead the masses into the future. Then he can basically, take over the world. He's also not talking about exponentials. Like in my book, Exponentials Dominating in the Age of Convergence, everything is coming together. Like, yeah, he's the leader in blockchain, but and probably DeFi finance, and he'll probably extend his NFTs, but that's still very narrow. Like you have to be talking about artificial intelligence. You have to be talking about nanotechnology, robotics, eventually quantum computing, even space travel, because all these things are going to be related. Like when blockchain goes into space, like when they're doing blockchain on Mars and on the moon and the asteroids, is he prepared for that? I know that seems like a little bit of a jump, but we'll be setting up colonies on Mars in a few years, so those people are going to want, crypto also. And, obviously artificial is a huge thing for blockchain. Robotics is going to be big. So until he starts getting into an understanding in terms of some of these exponential technologies and articulating them, then he is for real, but he's not totally for real.